everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Physio4U Podcast. Today's conversation is extra special. I'm having coffee with someone who has one of the most courageous and inspiring stories you will ever hear. She's a young mom of two beautiful daughters. She survived not one but two strokes, and she still manages to smile more than most of us who had just had a bad Wi-Fi day. Am I right, Akira? Around here, we affectionately call her Stroke Mama. She also received multiple awards from the Glenrose Rehab Hospital for her courage. And let me tell you, they don't just hand those out with your hospital discharge papers. You gotta earn them. So, grab your coffee, sit back and relax and enjoy the conversation with my esteemed guest, Akira. Welcome, Akira, to my podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good. So we have a bunch of questions we want to ask you, and then we'll see how that goes. Let's rewind the story. Can you take us back to the moment, Akira, you first experienced your stroke? What was like before, and how did you manage?
It was in 2008, and I was 20 years old.
Okay.
I got a really bad headache and felt faint. Luckily, I was with a bunch of people that were first aid trained.
Okay.
I was in the Yukon Territory when it happened, and basically I had a grand mal seizure as a result of the stroke. And they immediately called 911, and I got medevaced to Edmonton.
Oh, wow. From Yukon to Edmonton, eh? Wow. So, you are a mom of two girls, and kids have a way of asking questions to mom, right? So, the adults will not ask questions like that. So, how would you explain your strokes to your daughters?
My daughters are very familiar with my strokes, and they know who I am and how I've dealt with it and what I pride myself in. They have it under control, but other kids, because I'm a teacher, I have to explain all the time. They say, like, why doesn't your arm work? Or why are you limping? What's wrong with you? I get questions like that all the time. And what I always tell them is my brain got disconnected from my body for a little while. And then it just hasn't really totally reconnected.
That's the best way to explain to kids,
Because I don't want them to be scared.
Definitely. That's great. Okay, good. Because kids usually think everything can be solved with band-aids and ice cream, so it's a big thing for them. So, you received several awards from Glenrose Rehab for your courage. So, what do those recognitions mean to you? And to be honest, do your daughters still think that their fridge art beats them?
I feel very humbled that the Glenrose selected me to receive the Award of Courage.
Twice, right?
Yes. I won it in 2009, and then they gave it again to me in 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that my daughters, the first time, obviously they weren't even born the first time. So I have that. It's a framed photo, like an Award of Courage, a certificate.
Nice.
On my wall. They know that it happened and they know that it's cool, but the second time I got hardware, like I got a trophy.
Okay.
And that meant a lot.
Exactly.
They were like, oh, okay, now mom's legit. Like this is really cool.
What did it mean to you?
It means so much. Like to be recognized at a place like the Glenrose is incredible because everybody that walks through those doors, everybody that receives treatment, all of the staff, everyone demonstrates an incredible amount of courage.
Definitely.
So to be recognized as a standout is a huge honor, and I'm still not 100% sure that I deserve it.
It's great, you do. I know that. So recovery is not just about the body; it's about the mind and spirit too. What were some of the hardest challenges you faced during your rehab journey?
I think that post-stroke, this happens for most people. You remember who you were before and all of the abilities you had and all of the things that you could do.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden that is all thrown away. You have to sort of redefine yourself within your new limitations, and that's really hard because you're holding yourself to expectations. It's just really challenging. It's hard not to get depressed. I know I seem happy all the time, but I'm not.
And you're managing well?
Yeah, I think so.
So, a lot of people lose steam after a life-changing event like stroke and big accidents, but you somehow have enough optimism to power a small city. So, where did that drive come from? Don't tell me it's coffee.
No, well, I mean, it's partly coffee, but it's also, I think that it's just you're born a certain way, and And some people are born more optimistic than others. And I think that I've been lucky in my life in so many ways that I can't help but be optimistic. And it just didn't make sense to me to sit and cry in a corner. I had to move, I had to do something, I had to work. And since that, I've tried to do my best to help other people that have had similar injuries to mine. And that drives me.
Yeah, that's great. So, you've been a part of our physio family for many years, right? What role has physiotherapy played in your healing?
Physio is everything. It makes me feel better both mentally and physically. It's a check-in for me. I love the community, and I love going to a clinic where I see other people that have also had strokes. And I fit in, and you feel like you're kind of fighting the battle together. And that's really nice. And then also I wouldn't be where I'm at physically without all of the physio that I've done.
Definitely. Especially neuro rehab is something a lot of people don't know about. And you've been definitely a good human billboard for stroke rehab, and then how much you're spreading that information to people. Great in that one. Next question is about your identity and balancing your life. So before your strokes, how did you see yourself, and has that identity shifted since then?
I think before my stroke, I saw myself as a normal, if that exists. 20-year-old, 34-year-old woman. I could do things. I lifted boxes. I carried things up and down stairs. I did all of the things a busy mom does. And then having this second stroke, which has disabled me physically.
Which year was your second stroke?
2022.
22. Most recent one, right?
I've had to re-identify myself, and I've had to learn to ask for help. And that's really important, because it's always better to ask somebody to help you than risk getting hurt. I say that having recently broke my arm.
Yes, definitely. So motherhood is already the ultimate endurance sport, as you know. So after everything you've been through, what has it taught you about being a mom?
I think that it's not to say that I'm grateful I had a second stroke, but I think that parents, especially in this day and age of social media and perfection and all of these things, we don't show our kids that we are vulnerable and that things can happen to us too, and that life is hard.
Yes.
And my kids have definitely witnessed that, and I think that is a very good thing.
Great lesson.
Like, they know that life isn't all buttercups and rainbows, and that's okay.
That's a great lesson, actually. So you juggle a lot, like mom, volunteer, survivor, advocate. How do you balance it all without dropping the coffee cup?
Well, I do drop the coffee cup. And I try to structure my days. I have to plan in a nap, a minimum of an hour to nap every day, because
in the afternoon or
in the afternoon after lunch, the fatigue catches up with me. So it's just, you just have to plan knowing yourself, just like anybody, whether you've had a stroke or not. You need to know your limitations and make your priorities. So sometimes I have to pick and choose. I can't do that volunteerism today. I have to do this one, or so I just do the best that I can, and I prioritize my kids over everything else.
Definitely. For people who does not know about stroke and fatigue, when stroke survivors move, they have to move with a little bit of difficulty, with weakness, with spasticity. So they do spend more energy than you and me move. So that's why their tank empties faster. So they fatigue faster. So they need that little break they need to, right? Okay, the next one. So you volunteer with stroke organizations, right? And we've been on the board before with Stroke Recovery of Edmonton and Alberta. And you give so much back, right? So why is that role so important to you?
I think it's important for anyone to give back, especially when you've been as supported as I have by a community. I want to do that, and it's something that brings me joy and makes me happy. So it's not all just to be a good person. It's for me too, because I enjoy it, and it fills my cup.
That's really good. Okay. So if you had a megaphone for the whole world, what's one thing you wish people truly understood about stroke survivors, especially the younger ones like yourself?
That's a really good question. I think that the world is sort of starting to catch up, understanding that stroke isn't a death sentence anymore. So I guess it would be just because you've had a stroke, it does not make you lesser. It does not make you permanently disabled. You don't need to speak slowly to me. I'm okay. I just have had this, it's kind of like breaking an arm. Like it's just, I have to recover from something. I have an injury. Still perfectly capable and need support sometimes.
Yes.
But just like treat me with the kindness and that you treat any human.
And are you seeing more and more young stroke survivors?
Yes, and it's a little bit scary.
Okay.
But the nice thing about being young when you have a stroke, obviously, it's not ideal because your life gets interrupted. Because when you're young, like I was in the middle of my university degree, had to take a year off. But you recover a little bit quicker. You're a little bit bouncier when you're younger, and I think that is, can be helpful for people.
Okay. So, if another young mom listening today and just experienced a stroke, what message would you want her to hear right now?
Reach out. Don't be alone. Find support. Find people that have been through similar things. Lean on other moms. Do whatever you can to have a community because it takes a village, especially when you're a one-armed mom like I am.
Definitely. That's really great answer. So you're known for being optimistic and outgoing, right? What little rituals or daily joys kind of help you and keep you grounded?
Definitely coffee.
Okay. Let's have a sip for that. Cheers.
I also enjoy walks outside, generally with someone if I can manage it. But if not, just breathing fresh air really helps me feel better. And then volunteering, getting out, doing things.
Good.
Physio helps a lot too.
Thank you. So, what one proud moment with your daughters since your strokes that reminded you that life is still full of beauty and love?
So many.
So many, yeah.
They're such amazing kids. And I feel so blessed to be their mom. But I mean, they've really had to help me more than any other kid has had to help their mom. So what comes to mind more recently, when you have had a stroke, you tend to fall. It's very common because half of your body doesn't work as well as the other half. And I've had quite a number of falls. Most of them I've gotten back up from with help and recovered, within a day or two. But my daughters have had to help me up off of the ground. And they've done some, Mom, it's okay, we got you. We're here. And I'm like, and that instinct and the fact that they are willing to do that and that they're so optimistic about it as well and they've stayed positive is just incredible.
That's great. So looking to the future, what are your hopes for yourself, your family, and for the stroke community you care so deeply about?
I hope that I can continue recovering and that I can get my left hand back. For my family, I just hope we keep living the wonderful, happy life that we are living and experiencing the world together. Okay. I love going places with my family. The stroke community, I hope that we can continue moving forward the way that we have towards recovery and there's stroke interventions now that didn't exist 10 years ago.
Exactly, yeah.
And people are recovering faster. But also I want to stay invested in my community and connected with the Glen Rose Heart and Stroke Foundation and just continue that work because I think it's so good.
Okay, that's great. So before we wrap up, let's do a little rapid fire round. No overthinking, just say the first thing that comes to your mind. Ready? Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Okay. You go to comfort food on a tough day?
Cookie.
Wow, okay. First word your kids would use you to describe you?
Crazy.
Crazy, okay. Rehab exercise you love the most and the one you secretly dread?
Stretches and squats.
Oh wow, okay, so you don't like squats, eh? Okay. So favorite guilty pleasure show or movie when you just want to kind of relax?
Love is Blind.
Awesome. So if you had 1 extra hour in your day just for you, how would you spend that?
With my husband.
Okay. So the funniest thing your daughters have ever said about your rehab journey or recovery?
Mom has 2 hands, but the one just doesn't work.
Okay. So if you could instantly master any skill, what could that be?
Washing my hair with 2 hands.
So the award you are proudest of, other than the Glen Rose Award?
It is the Glen.
That's the main thing for you, right? Yeah. Finally, what's your secret superpower as stroke mama?
Stay positive and be connected with others.
Wonderful. Love it. So that was a perfect way to end on a high note. Thank you so much, Akira, for sharing your story, your humor, and your courage with us today. For our listeners, I hope you're walking away with a reminder that resilience is real, humor heals, and even in the toughest times, there's always room for hope and maybe a little coffee. So, this has been Coffee with Stroke Mama on Physio4U Podcast. Until the next time, take care of your health, your family, and your sense of humor. Bye. Thank you, Akira.